The Lord said to Moses, "Bring me 70 of Israel's elders who are known to you as leaders and officials among the people. Have them come to the tent of meeting, that they may stand there with you. I will come down and speak with you there, and I will take of the Spirit that is on you and put the Spirit on them. They will help you carry the burden of the people, so that you will not have to carry it alone. Tell the people, consecrate yourselves in preparation for tomorrow, when you will eat meat. The Lord heard you when you wailed, 'If only we had meat to eat, we were better off in Egypt.' Now the Lord will give you meat, and you will eat it. You will not eat it for just 1 day, or 2 days, or 5, 10, or 20 days, but for a whole month, until it comes out of your nostrils and you loathe it, because you have rejected the Lord, who is among you, and have wailed before him, saying, 'Why did we ever leave Egypt?' But Moses said, 'Here I am among 600,000 men on foot, and you say I will give them meat to eat for a whole month. Would they have enough if flocks and herds were slaughtered for them? Would they have enough if all the fish in the sea were caught for them?' The Lord answered Moses, 'Is the Lord's arm too short? You will now see whether or not I will say, or you will now see whether or not what I say will come true for you.' So Moses went out and told the people what the Lord had said. He brought together 70 of their elders and had them stand around the tent. Then the Lord came down in the cloud and spoke with him. And he took of the Spirit that was on him and put the Spirit on the 70 elders. When the Spirit rested on them, they prophesied, but they did not do so again. However, 2 men, whose names were Eldad and Medad, had remained in the camp. They were listed among the elders, but did not go out to the tent. Yet the Spirit also rested on them, and they prophesied in the camp. A young man ran and told Moses, 'Eldad and Medad are prophesying in the camp.' Joshua, son of Nun, who had been Moses' aide since youth, spoke up and said, 'Moses, my Lord, stop them.' But Moses replied, 'Are you jealous for my sake? I wish that all the Lord's people were prophets, and that the Lord would put his Spirit on them.' Then Moses and the elders of Israel returned to the camp. Now a wind went out from the Lord and drove quail in from the sea. It brought them down all around the camp to about 3 feet above the ground, as far as a day's walk in any direction. All that day and night, all the next day, the people went out and gathered quail. No one gathered less than 10 homers. Then they spread them out all around the camp. But while the meat was still between their teeth and before it could be consumed, the anger of the Lord burned against the people, and he struck them with a severe plague. Therefore the place was named Kibroth Hattaavah, because there they buried the people who had craved other food. From Kibroth Hattaavah, the people traveled to Hazeroth and stayed there. So, in many ways, you can think, be careful what you ask for, especially what you think you need, because even what you think you need, but you don't need, the Lord will provide it in abundance. And not necessarily in a good way either. Don't think that, having especially earthly riches is going to be wonderful. It could be the worst thing in your entire life. You could end up winning the lottery. For instance, we think of things, it's easier to think of things in physicalities as well. You could end up winning the lottery and getting a whole lot of money and then being miserable for the rest of your life, whether it be your health, whether it be lawsuits, whether it be just all kinds of agonizing grief that comes along with it. And that goes to show you, what do you need versus what do you want? There's all kinds of ways that we can look at this. And so what we see is that the Israel was so wanting meat that they had even stated, once again, they brought up Egypt. And so the Lord was with them, and he heard their wailing. It was like, one can think of it as children complaining. And and wanting attention, wanting more attention than they're already receiving. But the reason why they don't feel like they're receiving that attention is because they're not walking in step with the Lord. They're rebelling. They're complaining. And so the Lord brought quail for them to eat, so much so that they would consume it constantly. And the ones that did crave it, the ones that were more likely either the leaders or the ones that were more likely to speak up and say things like this, they got dealt with by a plague. So definitely take care of what you're thinking that you need versus what you want. What kind of thoughts or feelings does this bring up to you? How does it make you feel? How would it make you feel if you were alive during that time?